Welcome back to my channel. Today on the Vulcan 1600, I'm planning on doing an oil change on it. I still got the rock arms, or lifters are still tapping and all. Anyway, I've been leery about this because this is some heavy duty stuff right here. This 5-minute motor flush. And I tell you, when you put this in, you do not race the motor, you do not drive it. You sit here, just let it sit here and idle. Now this is, for cars and stuff, but right in here, there's some important information. It says, caution. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. Do not use on turbo or supercharged engines. So that'll let you know there's some heavy duty stuff right there. This bottle is supposed to be for 5 quarts, and this motorcycle don't hold but just a little over 3 quarts. So what I'm thinking about doing is probably pouring about a quarter, maybe a third of this. I really don't want to go 50-50 on it because I'm leery about this thing washing down the bearings, and I sure don't want that to happen. I want it to clean, but I don't want it to wash my bearings down, because if I wash the bearings down, guess what? Pull the motor, rebuild it, all this other stuff. But right now, I need to let the motor warm up, get it to operating temperature, pour it in there, let it do its thing for 5 minutes. All right, and once I get through with that, I'm going to take this paint thinner. After I drain the oil, put the oil plug back in. Let me get the light. I don't know if y'all be able to see this or not. Excuse me. But right in here, this little sight glass, it is really dark looking. And what I'm wanting to do is clean the inside of this motor, or clean the inside of that sight glass to where I can see the actual oil level a lot easier. That's what I was planning on doing with the paint thinner. Now, once I pour it in there, I am not going to crank it. I'm just going to let it set, shake the motorcycle side to side, forward and backwards, let it slosh around in there, and hopefully get some of that junk that's on the inside of this crankcase and these covers. All right, well, with that said, I'll be back in a little bit. I need to warm the motorcycle up. Tell you what, let me go ahead and crank it. Let's see how them lifters gonna be sounding. They should be chattering. Got something loose on the exhaust. When it warms up, you don't hear it, but it'll make a noise. Yeah, I can hear them. Okay, well, I'm gonna let it sit here and warm up. I'm probably gonna let the fan cycle on and off one time. Then I'll pour that motor flush in, drain it out, put this in, slosh it around, drain that back out, put the new oil filter on, new oil in it, and hopefully take it down the road and come back, and hopefully no more noise in the rocker arms or the lifters. Okay, be right back. Okay, I have let the fan cycle one time. I went ahead and took the clock off the wall. That way I can get exact time. I don't want to run this motor no more than 5 minutes with this stuff in it. Let's see, get this off. Set this right there. grab a funnel. Now what I'm gonna do is pour this flush in. Well, I'm gonna have to hold on to the funnel and pour the flush at the same time. So remember, you cannot race the motor or nothing. Yeah, I can see down in there my shadow. So I want to put roughly about right there where my finger is, down in there. I'm gonna say that's pretty close to 1/3. A little bit more. Let's see where we at. Right there. Let me give it another little shot here. That's a little bit closer to half right there, I'm thinking, right? Let's see, right there. Yeah, that's almost half. All right, now, set my funnel back right there. And remember, on this, you do not race the motor. You do not ride it. You do not, or drive the vehicle, ride the vehicle, anything. You just set it, let it sit here and idle for 5 minutes. Let me just snug this down. Okay. All right. 4. It'll be 1 minute after the 6. Okay, now. Yeah, there's something loose right in here somewhere. I hadn't found it yet, but oh well. Let's see. Like it says do not race the motor. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of stand it up. And in the instructions also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. After you pour your oil in, your new oil and filter and all, you let it sit there and idle. Don't race the motor right off the bat. Just let it idle. Let's see, we're at 1, 2, 3 minutes. Well, when the second hand gets on the 4, we'll be at 3 minutes. No, 2 minutes. Oh, I'll get it right in a minute. Alright. Let me just go ahead and cut the camera. That way I ain't got to do a editing or anything like that. I just do a straight shot through. Okay, we got about 10, 5, 2, 1. Okay, there is 5 minutes. Now, what I'm fixing to do is drain the oil, put a new filter on. What I'm going to do is drain the oil, put the mineral spirits in it, see if I can clean the bottom of it. So All right, be right back. Okay, I got the oil out of it, and you can see that is some dark oil right there. And that oil does not have that many miles on it. All right, now what I'm fixing to do is pour the mineral spirits. Well, before I do that, let me check something. Yeah, that is still dirty looking. All right, what I'm hoping to do is clean the inside of that sight glass. Oh, already got the cap off. Get the mineral spirits here. With the paint thinner. Paint thinner, mineral spirits, the same thing. Because it's, yeah, it says mineral spirits right there. 100% mineral spirits. Okay, I'll just set that funnel right there. Let's see if I can do this and not make a mess. Yep, it's running. Doggone it. Getting a lot on the floor, I tell you that. Alright, that's almost all of it. Let's see if I got any. I hate these lights. That's almost all of it. Now, like I said, I'm not going to crank it with this stuff in it. What I'm hoping to do is clean the inside of that sight glass. Now, stand the motorcycle up. It's kind of hard to do with a heavy motorcycle, y'all. Phew, you get a good workout. All right, now, that should be good enough. Oh, I had my sure enough workout for today. Oh, kind of get that up a little bit right there. Okay, now throw that there. Let me get my other pan and get draining this one. Now I got it clean, and what I'm planning on doing is taking it and pouring it back into there. There ain't no need in throwing it away, because sooner or later the stuff will separate to the bottom, and you'll have clean at the top. Okay, be right back. Okay, I got my oil poured in already. I got everything snug back down. Apparently I had my oil filters just a little bit tighter than what I was thinking, so I had to break out the oil filter wrench. Let's see, make sure that's tight enough. Yeah, that's tight enough. Now, what I'm gonna do is crank the motorcycle, let it sit here and idle for about 5 minutes. I'm not even going to open up the throttle or nothing. Just let it sit here and run for about 5 minutes. I put the clock back on the wall, so okay, that's close enough. I'm going to go ahead and crank it and let her idle. Oh, maybe all this will help them lifters from making noises. stuff done got into the exhaust system. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna let it sit for about 6 minutes idling before I even attempt to speed the motor up. Okay. Yeah, the big test is going to be taking it down the road, coming back, and see if I got a noise still. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully no. Hopefully everything will be fine. Okay, it's been about 13, 14 minutes sitting here idling. The fan done run. It just cut off. The fan, you know, just cycled off. Now I'm fixing to rev the motor, so let's see what it's going to sound like. Okay, fan just kicked on again. Okay, now the next big thing is taking it down the road, come back with it, and hopefully no ticket. Maybe that would help clean out some of them, that oil passage. Because I got a feeling, I'm wondering if it's that little piece right there was clogged up some. This is what feeds the rock arms. You got two hose, two lines, oil lines on it, and it goes, one goes to the rear, one goes to the front. But and two, there's what that paint thinner looks like when it goes through there. And I poured it out and we'll drained it out into the pan. Alright, well, I reckon that'll do it for this video. I imagine it's getting a little bit on the long side, but thank you for watching. I hope y'all don't mind, but I just got to show y'all this right here. This is what came out when I was pouring up the mineral spirits and all. I just want to show y'all what came out of the crankcase. See all them specks right there? That's oil, where it's had a buildup. And that stuff right there, you know, you think of it, you get about 4 or 5 pieces in there, and a little small orifice for the oil flow, it's definitely going to clog it. I just wanted to add this to this video to show y'all what I have found. I don't see anything in there that looks like metal. That's good. Because right there, it looks like a little bit of a metal, but, well, I think it is. Yep, right there. Little tiny piece of metal. Oh boy. There's another piece. Now I did notice that the drain plug has been changed. In other words, it's not the original drain plug that's in it. And I'm wondering if that's some of the aluminum that came off when the new drain plug was being put in. So yep, I did find some metal, y'all. I thought there wasn't no metal in it, but yep, I did. Oh well. Okay. Well, thank you for watching.